Hey everyone, Zerms here. Today I'm bringing you a new type of video. Basically, these are going to be ranked matches on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Legacy of the Duelist. These are totally live and everything, so you might hear background music, whatever, or stuff like that. We have to deal with it, but it's all good. Basically, the deck I'm going to be using in ranked matches is this deck right here that you see in the video. Is my Madolche deck. Basically, Madolche is an archetype of monsters based on desserts, like cake right there, Mewfeuille, I don't know, jelly, pudding, Marigo, and then Magileine pie and stuff like that. It's a whole archetype based on that. Basically, these cards basically are on that anytime they get sent to the graveyard by opponent's effects, either by battle or card effect, they get sent right back in the deck. So you basically should never deck out with this deck unless you get like Inferno Tempest or something like that. But it's actually a pretty fun deck. Basically, there is a couple different cards to do it right there. Let me talk over the combo cards first before anything. The main card of this deck right there that's a combo piece is Angelly. Angelly, basically, you can, when this card is face up on the field, you can tribute it to summon a special summon a majority a monster from you to the field from your deck, but it gets shuffled into the deck at the end of your turn. But basically, you don't have to worry about the other effect because most likely you'll be SYZing or something like that to actually bring out your combos a lot faster. There's a couple of different things. A couple other cards that actually help out the deck too. Basically, is a Madolche Magileine. Basically, when it's summoned right there, you just add a Madolche monster from your hand to your deck. There's Madolche, which he basically, when he's special summoned, he basically adds a Madolche spell trap card from your hand to the deck. Then there is Hootcake, which is another combo piece. His effect is basically you can target one monster you graveyard, banish it. If you do, you can summon a Madolche monster from your deck, except for himself, and you only do it once per turn. It's actually really good. The last card right there is Madolche Puddingcess. She is mainly like one of the boss bosses in the deck, but her SYZ summon is not in this game from what I know, so we can't use to do that. But she has a pretty good effect. That's because when there's no monsters in the grave, she gains 1800 attack and defense, and after damage calculations, when this card battles opponent's monster, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. It's pretty good. Other cards are Madolche cards. This is the field spell. When it's activated, you shuffle all Madolche monsters in the graveyard to the deck. Then all Madolche monsters in the field gain 500 attack and defense. And also, if a monster in your graveyard would be returned by effect by Madolche monster effects, you can add the card to your hand instead. Another card that's also pretty good is Madolche Ticket, where basically when a Madolche monster is returned from your side of the field or the graveyard to the deck, and you can add a Madolche monster from your deck to your hand. And if you control a fairy type Madolche monster in the field, you can special summon that monster instead in face of attack resistance, instead of adding it. But you only use this card's effect once per turn. Other cards that make this deck pretty good is Emergency Teleport, which is mainly for this tuner monster here, Esper Girl, where basically you can move her from play. And then basically the combo is mainly having Mew. Oh yeah, almost forgot about Mew. Mew basically, when he's summoned, normal summon, he can special summon a Madolche monster from your hand. Basically, the combo is summon him, special summon Angelly, tribute Angelly for Hootcake, and then Hootcake, you banish her to summon a Marigo, and then you SYZ summon these two guys right here to special summon Liver the Sea Dragon, and then you basically banish one of those, because of his effect. You banish her from your graveyard, summon him, and then use SYZ summon to get him, and then use his effect, summon summon her back, and then SYZ summon for your boss monster here, which is Queen Tiramisu. Tiramisu is pretty, probably one of the best SYZ monsters in the game. That's because you can target 2 Madolche monsters in your graveyard, you can shuffle those cards in the deck, and then after that, you can shuffle 2 cards, up to 2 cards, or the number of Madolche monsters you shuffle into your deck, and have them shuffle those cards into their deck. And that's, you know, when that card triggers right there, you will activate either both of these cards effects that are face up on the field. It's pretty good. With her effect right there, CSE becomes a 2700 attacker, and then these come with very high attack monsters besides Mew. But, you know, Mew is not really attacking, he's just like Psychometry, so it doesn't matter. Other cards that make this attack pretty good is Book of Moon. Basically, it stops your opponent from basically hitting a you basically stop the play with this card. This is the best play stopping card for monster wise. Forbidden Lance right there basically just protects your monsters by reducing the attack, but they are unaffected by special trap cards this turn. Then we got MST. MST is basically you just MST a spell that you think might be troublesome later on. That's basically it. 1 day piece right there. You draw both of your opponent, draw a card, and then until the end of your opponent's turn, no one takes damage. Basically one of the best stall cards in the game. How to duality. You gotta pick up the top 3 cards of your deck, choose one, add it to your hand, then your deck is shuffled, but you can't special summon that at the end of the turn. It's mainly, this is mainly only used if you do not get a Mew in your hand, and then either Hootcake and Angelly, or Angelly. This is the only card you would use it right there. You would use that. Raigeki, Clearing spell, you definitely need that. Snap Steal. Basically, this allows you to get over troublesome monsters by stealing that monster to you, so you can use it. Upset Goblin. Basically, you draw a card, your opponent's getting files up, but it's just mainly for consistency, so you can draw some more. Okay, then Traps. Bigfoot skill. Basically, you activate it, you can negate a opponent's monster. Its effect, basically, is negated to the end of the turn, and then during your turn, you can remove it from the graveyard to negate an opponent's monster until the end of your turn. Compulsory illustration device. Basically, you choose a monster and send it back to your deck. It stops basically plays right there to basically make it so you don't fuck yourself over. Summon Warning stops any summon basically, unless it's a coherent summon that basically makes it so it skips the trigger activation, but it's still a very good card just because it stops those things. Trap Stun, it basically stops any freaking traps right there, so you can actually push for the win right there, because this deck can OTK very well. Advantage Appetites right there, mainly a staple card, because you basically make it so your opponent can't special summon, and it does affect you, but you most likely would just destroy it next turn. So it's still a very good card. Very good card. Okay, now for my Esther deck, I have a couple of staples. I have Natural Beast, Samantha Dragon Rebirth, Goyu Guardian, and Natural Bakurion. Both of the natural monsters right there are mainly just for stopping either spells, which this guy does by removing by discarding the top 2 cards from my deck to your graveyard, and it will just negate any spell that you want to negate. Well, this one right there, you remove 2 cards from your graveyard to negate a trap. It's a still definitely a good card right there, just so that you can actually help push the game. This right here is mainly for protection purposes. Basically, if this card is sent to the field or graveyard, or by either by battle or by card effects, you can target one monster in his graveyard besides himself, and you can special summon it, and this effect only works once per turn. This is basically a monster that, if I can't do anything, this will just protect my ass for the turn. Goyu Guardian, basically, if it destroys a monster at battle, I can take that monster. That's definitely a good card effect right there. This card was banned for a while. In this version is limited too, but now he's unlimited. So you know, okay, rank 3's Dante. Basically, he's just here for mills, and also he's a beater. Like Ghost card destroys face down cards. That's mainly what it does. Laval the Tree Dragon, he basically is just a combo card that allows me to do my combos and everything. Fortune right there, this is just a temporary card until MX Saber Invoker. Wait, actually, I can actually get him. Invoker is another combo piece that I need for this deck, but he at the moment is unavailable right now from what I saw. But when he comes available, I'm gonna take this out and put him in. This basically is just mainly used for protection purposes. Casco, the Skybreaker Musketeer. Basically, he's a staple. You can just this card, you can remove 2 Z pieces right there, shuffle a face-up card on the field, and return it back to the deck. Very good card. It's staple for a reason. The Gaga, mainly for burn damage. I mean, if I need a little bit octopus. Queen Tambasu, boss monster of the deck. Now, number 101, another good freaking staple SYZ monster. Basically, he helps me get rid of monsters that I can't tackle over or really troublesome effect monsters. He basically, you can just remove 2 SYZ material, and then you just attach one face-up monster in attack position and take it as your own. And also he can't be destroyed right there if it has SYZ material, and if he's going to get destroyed, you remove him anyway. And then, you know, stuff like that. Last card in the deck, which is another temporary card, is Ragnar Zero. You can basically detach one card from this card. You target one face-up happens to monster your opponent controls whose attack is different from its original attack, and if it is, you destroy it and you draw a card. It's a temporary card right now. It's still definitely a good thing. I'm probably gonna either put it's Sight Knight, Evil Storm and Sight Knight into that deck when he comes aboard, or if I fight a bunch of Kill Horts, I will probably put a Diamond King Crab into that thing, so I can actually get over towers. I might try to do that. But yeah, that's mainly the deck. Everything. This is just a temporary side deck that I have. Effect Mailer. Basically, you just discard it during your opponent's main phase to negate a face-up monster. Neon Grand Mole right there. You basically can send that monster back to your hand if it's a troublesome monster. He sends it right back to the hand. Diego Saka, you can't special summon it, but if you have no face down spells or traps, neither players can set traps or activate them. Very good card right there. It's very expensive. Forbidden Dress, you target one face up monster in the field. Until the underplay to lose a 600 attack, but it cannot be targeted or destroyed by other card effects. Shared Ride, basically if your opponent adds cards from the deck to the hand, you activate this right there. Every time they do that, you draw a card. Basically, it will either punish your opponent from overextending his plays right there, or you end his play early, so he doesn't give you an advantage. Bottomless Trap Hole right there. Basically, is another narrow staple trap. If your opponent summons a monster with 1500 more attack or monsters, you can banish it. Skill Drain, it basically negates all opponents, all monster effects if they face up. Very, very good card right there. And then Soul Drain, any card that happens when that banishes or in the graveyard, no effects can be activated from that. And Toronto Tribute, basically when a monster summons, you destroy all monsters in the field. So that's my temporary deck for now. Hopefully it will work. It's very good at everything. There's a couple other things right now that you should know. Skill Drain, it's unlimited in this one. This is a very, very good anti-floodgate card. This is a very good floodgate card. Basically, it prevents your opponent from playing his game correctly. It's a very good game, very good card. Also, in this version, Snap Steal is limited to 1. Right now, it's banned in the trading card game, you know, the American version, and I think it's banned in the OTG too. So, very good. But it shows my deck how good it is. Other things I might consider is probably like putting the other MST into my Esper deck, so I can run via MST if I need it. But it should work just fine. But that's my deck right now and everything. Hopefully you will see it and hopefully you will enjoy it. If you have any questions about it, just let me know and I will try to answer as best as I can. Yeah, thank you. I meant to try to do a ranked version of plays and rank in this episode, but the video is going around 16 minutes, and I don't want to make a huge long video because a match might take 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna keep this short and sweet. If you want to like, subscribe, like this video, and let me know how you think of the video and everything. Just let me know. Thank you. Have a nice day. And goodbye.